for Jade was creepy. Despite his own self-sabotage, Riddle still had a successful career. Patrick Clark, on the other hand, killed his before he even got to that point. Clark showed a lot of promise from an early age. He began wrestling training in 2014, and at just 19, Clark got an opportunity with WWE. Patrick became a participant in WWE's reality show contest, Tough Enough. While Clark wouldn't win, he was signed to a WWE contract just a few months later. After training for about 2 years, Patrick Clark debuted a new character named Velveteen Dream. Inspired by the musician Prince, the Velveteen Dream persona almost instantly caught on with fans. Other wrestlers gave Clark props too, with John Cena even saying that Velveteen Dream could be the one. Up until this point, Patrick Clark had been doing nothing but going up. So, when did it all go wrong? In April 2020, a Reddit user claimed that Clark had sent indecent images of himself to underage boys. The user also included screenshots of messages sent from Patrick Clark's verified Instagram account. Making the allegations even more damning is what happened 2 months later. New allegations would come out about Clark grooming underage girls. Patrick Clark denied the allegations and said that the private photo of himself was shared without his consent or knowledge. However, Clark would then make things worse for himself. In August of 2022, Patrick Clark was at a fitness gym in Orlando, Florida. According to police, Clark went to a location and punched an employee. The former uniform wrestler was taken to the hospital and decided to forego the right to remain silent. Then, just a few days after being arrested, Patrick Clark was arrested again for possessing drugs. Clark would then do something smart and re-level until early 2024. In February of that year, former WWE superstar was heated at an independent event, and while some fans were happy to see him, others were not. After taking a few years off, however, the former Velveteen Dream renewed his independent wrestling career and started competing regularly. Then, in May 2025, almost exactly 4 years after his WWE release, Patrick would speak out. In a video posted to his Instagram account, Patrick Clark stated he wanted his job back in WWE, and he went with fans for why he lost it.
You know they're going so far as to compare me to Chris Benoit? Chris Benoit. They call me the most hated man in professional wrestling, and loop me in with Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit is a killer. I'm not a killer. But don't push me.
While Patrick Clark is still a wrestler, he is miles away from where he once was, but he's at least in a better position than Just Incredible. Given his size, Just Incredible, what makes him angry every time he does?
My baby daddy has been using me this whole past year while he didn't have a job. And then I got him a job, and then now he's like fucking with some girl at his job. And he left me and his family that he really loves so much.
What job is it?
The bowling alley. And he listens to y'all like religiously every week, so he might know who I am.
Tell us something about him that's bad so we can add on to it.
Like, do he smell bad?
He used to smell bad. Like, and then he started putting on cologne all of a sudden, so I guess he wants to smell good.
Oh, you old former musty ass
He's a liar. He's a pathological liar.
Like something
Pinocchio ass
Yeah. I paid for the Patreon. I paid for your Patreon for him. I paid for it. It was on my card.
We wish he know better for you.
We hoping that he rolling gutter balls at work.
Thank you too, thank y'all.
You DM'd us, but I think we just got off the phone with your baby mama.
Bro, guys out there, bro.
But that was your baby mama?
Bro, my phone.
Bro, she was saying that you ain't shit. liar.
NFL Ultimate Draft. First player is CD Lamb. We'll take turns who starts the bidding. Let's start the bidding at $5 for CD.
I'll go to 10. I'll go to 15.
I'll put 16 on CD.
I'll go for 17. I'll go 18.
I'll go 20.
21.
22.
I'm out. 23.
You could have it. Wow. Alright, next player is TJ Watt.
I guess it's not gonna give us really bad players. I'll bid $5. Go 10.
Good on TJ Watt. I think there's better defensive. It's only one defensive player.
I think I just got $1 million.
I agree.
90.
Yeah, I'll take a second.
Alright. Next player up, Kyron Williams.
No Fozzie.
37.
The quest to find the best cheeseburger has brought us all the way to Elizabethtown, North Carolina. We're at Melvin's. And this is single-handedly the most
Melvin's.
requested place I've gotten since I started doing this shit. Since 1938, Melvin's has been whipping out hamburgers and hot dogs. So if it's been around this long, you know we gotta give it a shot. They only do hamburgers and hot dogs up in this piece. So you know we had to get it
Up in
the
this
all-the-way
piece.
cheeseburger with mustard, slaw, onion, and I had to tap it off with a little bit of ketchup. I don't care what you gotta say about it. That's it. So we're gonna give it a shot. Let's give it a looky-poo. Looks like a decent little unit there. Good, nice. They're whipping them out in there. Okay. That's slapping. Let's see what all the hype's about. That's a decent little unit there, Melvin's. I like this Melvin's. Stick to two things, do it right. The cheeseburger, I can vouch for it. It's damn good.
Weird seeing you on this side of the screen. I usually see you on my phone screen before I go to bed. Anyone ever tell you you pissed Nick Fleetwood's brother off?
That's not true.
Yeah, not true. Hey, what think you were going to say about it?
Dude, I've been telling people to make the best.
Don't say that, please. Bro, I can't skip for this on fake ass QR code. You already had my background.
This might just be the richest river I've ever discovered. On my last trip out here, I dropped into a remote gold-bearing river, first worked by the miners back in the late 1800s. I had no idea what would be left, but within minutes, I started pulling chunky gold straight out of the bedrock. By the end of that first day, I found over 7 grams. The next morning, 9 grams. That was over half an ounce in less than 24 hours. And that raises a bigger question. Was this just luck? Or was this place actually loaded? So with a fresh weather window, I'm heading back in. I'm going to be camped out for 3 days for a deeper exploration of this river to find out what else it is hiding, or whether that first run was really just the beginning.
Carly. Carly.
So I'm not worried about this matter. I got my aim on a clean spot and push too many buttons and you'll get your own screenshot. For you when I aim, boy, I did multiple angles when I start to speak. So when I say that I don't play, boy, I'm talking about a different kind of magazine.
That was the most toddler fucking cough I've seen in my life.
So why did Eminem's biggest fan try to murder him? Yeah, this really happened. So the story starts, of course, with Eminem, aka Marshall. And Eminem's around
AKA
27 years
Marshall.
old when all this begins, and he's living in Michigan. And by this point in his life, he's already a world-famous rapper. And inevitably, that comes with some problems. Like, people like his music so much that some of them become obsessed with him. Sometimes Sometimes he gets letters from fans who feel entitled to a personal reply from him. And when they don't get one, sometimes they follow up with another letter that's like angry or disturbing. And all of this eventually inspires Eminem to write his famous song, Stan, which is about an obsessed fan who goes crazy and gets violent. And this song will eventually get so big that they literally add the term Stan to the Oxford Dictionary to mean an overzealous or obsessive fan. Anyway, Eminem has no idea just how prophetic this song is about to be. So in the year 2000, he releases his biggest album to date, the album that Stan is on. And so now he's the biggest rap star in the world. And because of that, his fans are going even more crazy. They're starting to show up to his house, trying to meet him, and sometimes they'll wait outside for hours, hoping that they'll see him, and they're like trying to take pictures and stuff. Or they'll bang on his door and expect him to answer, like, "I'm really glad you arrived. Would you like to come inside?" Sometimes they'll trespass in his
Fucking
backyard,
stupid.
they'll swim in his pool, or they'll steal his no trespassing signs. One fan even brings a saw and saws off his entire mailbox and runs away with it. And then one day, that same year, Eminem's chilling at home when boom, 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 a random fan starts banging on his door. And Eminem tries to ignore it, but he keeps hearing boom, boom, boom. I mean, this fan is relentless. And Eminem gets super pissed off. And he's sick of this. He's had enough. So he goes, he answers the door, and he sticks a pistol in the fan's face.
Facts.
"Let me be loud and clear. You need to get out of here." And the fan is really all scared. And so Eminem starts thinking, okay, it's time to move. So he sells that house at a loss just to get out of there, and he buys a new place, also in Michigan, but this time in a gated community. And he hires a security team to stay outside and guard the place 24 hours a day. So fast forward to 2019, and Eminem looks like this now. And he's still living in this heavily guarded house. And this is when this guy enters the story. His name's Matthew. And Matthew, he's around 26 years old, and he is a huge Eminem stan. So much so that when he listens to his music, he thinks they have some sort of personal connection. And over time, Matthew has become determined to get close to him. And one night, that same
Sounds
year,
a little gay.
he decides it's time to make that happen. So it gets to be around 4:30 a.m., and Matthew shows up to Eminem's old house, not knowing that he doesn't live there anymore. And he starts ringing the doorbell over and over again. Now, Eminem, he doesn't live there anymore, but a new homeowner does. This new homeowner wakes up to this crazy person outside his house at 4 in the morning, and so the new homeowner answers the door like, "What do you want?" And Matthew's like, "I'm looking for my brother, Marshall." And the homeowner's like, "No one by that name lives here. Get off my property." And he
Bitch.
calls the police. Now, I guess Matthew doesn't believe him because he doesn't leave. Instead, he trespasses onto the property and he walks through the backyard, finds a guest house, and he breaks inside. And eventually, police arrive and they find him there, hiding under a bed. And so, bam, he gets arrested. And he spends the next 90 days in jail. But then, around 2020, he gets out and he goes right back to trying to find Eminem. And one morning he finds his current address and he shows up to the property and it's 4 a.m. So Eminem is asleep in his bed. Now Eminem has hired security guards posted out front. So Matthew, he goes around to the backyard and he sneaks onto the property that way. Then he picks up a brick and smashes through the kitchen window and he crawls in through the glass. And this sets off an alarm which wakes up Eminem. So he gets up to investigate and turn on the alarm. And so he's there in his living room. And suddenly, he feels someone standing right behind him. And he turns around and he says, "What the fuck?" And Matthew says, and I quote, "I'm here to kill you." Now, at this
Damn.
point, Eminem thinks he's about to die. I mean, a real-life stan has broken into his house and straight up told him that he wants to kill him. So Eminem gets relaxed, and he calmly starts engaging Matthew in conversation, saying something like, "Never seen you around before. Would you like a house tour?" And he starts guiding him through his mansion, low-key leading him toward an exit where a security guard would be. And so he guides him through the TV area, the game room. They walk through a whole-ass indoor basketball court until finally they reach the side unlocks a door, and they step outside where security is, and a security guard sees Matthew, and he's like, oh shit, and pow, he tackles him to the ground. And eventually, police come, and bam, he gets arrested. Here's his mugshot. Now, over the next few years, Matthew is in and out of prison for various offenses. Now, you'd think that during his time in lockup, he'd let go of his Eminem obsession.
Nope.
That's not what he does. So it's now 2023, and Matthew gets out of prison. And by this point, his whole life has become about being close to Eminem. And he does something crazier than ever. He goes into the woods next to Eminem's house, and he sets up camp, and he starts living there. And he lives out there for months, just watching Eminem's house and waiting for an opportunity. But after that first incident, Eminem, he isn't fucking around anymore. He takes significant steps to make sure Matthew and people like him can't get to him again. Like he hires more security guards, he upgrades his video surveillance systems, he builds an entirely new room to sleep in, and it's like padlocked with a steel door, so his bedroom is basically a vault now. He also makes sure that everyone on his team knows exactly what Matthew looks like in case the guy ever tries to show up again. And none of them know that he's been living in the woods nearby, watching the house for months. Then, one morning around 7 a.m., Matthew finally sees an opportunity to make his move. And he must have been watching the house, because around this time, he sees that a door has been left unlocked, and he sneaks into Eminem's backyard again, and he uses the unlocked door, and he slips inside the house, and he starts searching for Eminem, who's asleep in his bed. But Eminem's upgraded video surveillance system flags an intruder, so security guards start closing in on Matthew fast. And Matthew panics. He's like, oh shit! And he makes a run for it. And he steals Eminem's bike, and he pedals away as fast as he can, and he gets away. Then, around 3 days later, by sheer coincidence, one of Eminem's employees is shopping at a local Walmart, and he just happens to see Matthew there, and he calls the police. And so, bam, he's arrested again. Here's his mugshot again. And ultimately, Matthew goes to trial, and he's found guilty, and he gets sentenced to a minimum of 18 years in prison.
God
This is a
damn.
bag of gems. Some assembly required.
For stalking Eminem.
Who, me?
Talking to fucking
Who, me?
whoever the fuck is just fucking talking.
You guys gotta say who you're talking to.
You're a bitch, dude.
Who, me?
All of you. Listen to you.
Yeah, but you gotta say who you're talking to.
Maxine Dupree's real-life husband is unhappy. Sami Zayn loses it. WWE builds the SmackDown roster around CM Punk. Montez Ford harasses a security guard. AEW fails to sell tickets in London. A WWE legend officially confirms his retirement. WWE signs highly sought-after free agents. Jey Uso finally addresses his divorce. All of that and so much more. Be sure to subscribe and drop a like if you haven't already. First up, Sami Zayn loses it. Sami Zayn was already furious after losing the WWE title to CM Punk, and then one fan decided to test him at the worst possible time. A TikTok video showed Sami backstage right after he finished recording his emotional post-Raw promo, where he went off on Punk for walking back into WWE after months away and getting a title shot just 9 days after Sami finally became champion. Sami had barely gotten through that moment when someone yelled, "F you, Sami!" loud enough for him to hear it. That was all it took. Sami turned around and flipped the fan off. Then he did it again. He also appeared to throw something in the heckler's direction, making it pretty clear he was not in the mood to play along. The timing explains a lot. WWE had just posted footage of Sami completely breaking down after Punk took the title from him on Raw. Sami was angry, emotional, and clearly still processing how fast everything had fallen apart. I have a question. How is it that after 24 years of crawling and inching for every little inch to get to the WWE title, after I finally get it, 9 days after I get it, that piece of shit can walk back in here after not being here for months? That motherfucker has no business. No business. After that, Sami crumpled to the ground and cried. So when the TikTok clip picked up a fan screaming at him right after the promo, it didn't feel like a normal heckling moment. It felt like someone poking the wound while it was still wide open. Punk's title win was a dream ending for Chicago. He beat Sami in the main event, walked out with the undisputed WWE Championship, and got the kind of hometown reaction WWE clearly wanted. For Sami, it was the complete opposite. He had waited years to become champion,
Oh, that's
held the title for only 9 days, then had to watch Punk come back and take it almost immediately. So when that fan yelled at him backstage, Sammy didn't give a polished response. He gave the reaction of a guy who had already had enough. The clip now gives fans another look at just how raw Sammy's night really was. He didn't just lose the title and cut a promo for the cameras. He walked away angry, hurt, and ready to snap back at anyone who tried to pile on. Next up, WWE builds the SmackDown roster around CM Punk. CM Punk didn't just come back and win the title and move on. WWE may have been setting up SmackDown around him before fans even realized it. While speaking during a Self-Made session, Self-Made Pro claimed some of WWE's recent SmackDown roster moves were made with Punk's future programs in mind. The way he explained it, WWE wasn't only thinking about Punk's next opponent, they were looking at how the roster would work once Punk landed there. Punk's going to be on SmackDown. I was told straight up, some of WWE's roster construction recently, in recent months for SmackDown, was done with the mentality of, how does this roster fit with CM Punk? That makes a lot of recent movement look different. Punk just beat Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Championship in Chicago after Sami held the title for only 9 days. Now, if this report is accurate, WWE may have already been moving names onto SmackDown to make sure Punk had the right people around him once he got there. Finn Balor was one of the names mentioned. Self-Made Pro also brought up Ricky Saints and Gunther as names tied to that setup. That's why Finn Balor was moved to SmackDown. Punk is a huge fan of him. That's why Ricky Saints are on SmackDown. It's also why Gunther's on the show. Punk does like working with Gunther. Of course, that raises the obvious question. Is Punk actually getting that much say? Self-Made Pro pushed back on that idea and said this is not supposed to be another AEW Collision situation where people accuse Punk of having too much control behind the scenes. Someone asked me yesterday, like, is it going to be like Collision? I don't think. No, I don't think it's going to be one of those things where Punk's like, yo, everybody clear out, I'm booking. The way he explained it, Punk may have influence over his own segments and the people he works with, but that does not mean he is booking the whole brand. Then he made the point again. Punk may get certain names around him, but this is not him running SmackDown. At best, this is going to have fingerprints, meaning just Punk's segments will be Punk's. Like, that's going to be his segment, you know? And he'll probably pull people into his sphere like, hey, I want to use this guy, that guy. That's what the Finn Balor thing was. That was him pulling him in, you know? So, you'll get that, but it's not going to be a fully booked thing by him. This comes after Punk's title win already had fans arguing. Sami Zayn finally became champion, held the belt for 9 days, and then dropped it to Punk the moment WWE was ready to bring him back into the title picture. Now this report makes the whole thing feel even more planned out. Punk got the championship, and SmackDown may already have the names WWE wants him working with next. If that is the case, Punk's return is not just about one big Chicago title win. WWE may already be building his next run with Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor, Ricky Saints, Gunther, and whoever else ends up getting pulled into his path. Do you think WWE should build SmackDown around CM Punk? Or should the brand focus more on creating new stars? Next up, Montez Ford is a security. Montez Ford lost the WWE Tag Team titles on Raw, but the internet is stuck on what happened before the bell rang. The Street Profits walked into Monday's WWE Raw at the Allstate Arena in Rosemont, Illinois as champions, but Ford gave fans a moment they were never going to ignore. Before the match even got going, Ford was out there in full gold gear, feeling himself at ringside, and then dropped low in front of a barricade-side security guard. The guard did not move. He did not laugh. He just stared forward while Ford shook it right in front of him. And that was all fans needed. Now the clip is making the rounds on X, because Ford's twerking before losing the titles has become the kind of wrestling moment fans will meme to death. It was wild, random, and perfectly Montez Ford. That moment made the title loss even funnier to fans online. Ford came out with all the confidence in the world, got the crowd going, gave security the show of a lifetime, and then the Street Profits ended the night without the World Tag Team Championships. The actual match had plenty going on too. The Street Profits defended the titles against the Vision.
Now that I think about it, bro, they're not wrong. Oh, fuck. The more you think about it, Fast and the Furious is not about cars. It's about an undercover cop.
I'm dead.
Nah, dead ass. Think about it, bro. It's not really about racing. It's about an undercover cop. It's about fucking Paul. Paul was an undercover cop in almost all the movies.
It's like Midnight Club in real life, or like as a movie.
Dead ass.
Becoming the big takeaway, but that is exactly what happened. Fans are already praising him for turning a tough title loss into a hilarious highlight. And some are even joking that the security guard deserves a title shot for keeping a straight face. That is the danger of doing anything funny on live TV. You might lose the match, but the internet will make sure the clip lives forever. Next up, AEW fails to sell tickets in London. AEW All In London tickets just got slashed in half, and the timing says plenty. One day after Ringside News covered AEW's latest Wembley Stadium ticket count, Ticketmaster UK started pushing a 50% off flash sale for All In London 2026. The show is set for Sunday, August 30th at Wembley Stadium, and fans now have a discount code if they want to get in cheaper. Ticketmaster's offer lays it out right away. 50% off AEW All In London with code SUMMER26. That is a big discount for a stadium show, especially when AEW is trying to fill Wembley again. The deal is only for All
trying
In
to
London,
fill Wembley.
and it runs from Monday, July 6th through Tuesday, July 14th. Get 50% off tickets for All Elite Wrestling at the following dates/venue. AEW All In London at Wembley Stadium, Sunday, August 30th, 2026. This comes right after WrestleTix listed AEW All In London 2026 at 26,915 tickets distributed. That was only up 758 tickets from the previous update 5 days earlier, which works out to about 152 tickets a day. That is not exactly a mad rush for Wembley. AEW's last trip to Wembley Stadium in 2024 finished with 53,922 tickets distributed. Right now, the 2026
all
show
the
is
niggas
sitting
been
around
paying
half
for all
of
them
that number,
WWE
with
shows.
less than 7 bell time. So yeah, a 50% off sale is not some random little coupon. It looks like a real push to move tickets before the show gets too close. Ticketmaster also made it clear that fans need to pick the special offer tickets on the event page. The deal is subject to availability, cannot be combined with other discounts, and does not apply to tickets already bought. Fans may still get hit with processing, delivery, venue, or venue restoration fees at checkout. This offer is valid on the listed show only. This offer runs from Monday, July 6th to Tuesday, July 14th. AEW still has time to heat things up, but the card needs more meat on it. Will Ospreay and Mercedes Moné both won the Owen Hart Cup tournaments, so they have title shots lined up. Ospreay's AEW championship path depends on what happens with MJF and Kenny Omega, while Mercedes Moné is expected to challenge Thekla for the AEW Women's Championship. That is a start, but Wembley needs more than placeholders and future promises. AEW has to give fans a reason to jump, and now Ticketmaster is giving them a cheaper way in. The next few weeks are going to matter. Big matches, hot TV angles, and cheaper tickets can still move people. But a 50% off flash sale this close to the latest ticket update shows AEW is pushing hard to close the gap. Do you think the 50% off flash sale will help AEW pack Wembley Stadium for All In London? Or is this a bad look for the company? Next up, a WWE legend officially confirms his retirement. A WWE Hall of Famer has not competed inside a wrestling ring in 2,994 days. He recently had an update on his retirement for his fans. The Great Khali joined the Stamford-based promotion in 2006 and was presented as an unstoppable monster who immediately announced his presence by going after The Undertaker, against whom he fought many epic battles. He became the first World Heavyweight Champion of Indian origin in a battle royal on SmackDown in July 2007 for the vacant title. He clashed against several top stars during his time, namely Kane, Batista, Rey Mysterio, Triple H, John Cena, and The Undertaker, among others. The former WWE superstar sat down for an interview on Insight with Chris Van Vliet recently and spoke on several topics. When Van Vliet asked the 53-year-old if he was officially retired, the Hall of Famer had a definitive answer. Yeah, Khali said. The Great Khali left the Stamford-based promotion in 2014 after his contract expired. He made a special appearance at the Greatest Royal Rumble on April 27, 2018, which was the last time he competed inside the squared circle. The WWE legend was honored with a Hall of Fame induction in 2021. Retirement in wrestling isn't as black and white as things might appear. In the same interview on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, the Great Khali was asked if he could make another appearance, such as the Royal Rumble. This time, the former World Heavyweight Champion had an interesting answer. You never know. Maybe WWE will ask me one day if I can go. Just 1-2 days, not full-time, never. Because of my knee, so I can't go full-time, Khali added. The 7'1" veteran has had knee troubles for a while, and that was the main reason he now finds it difficult to do what was once his bread and butter. He also said he was thinking about knee surgery in the near future. It remains to be seen if the Hall of Famer ever appears in the Stamford-based promotion again. Next up, WWE signs highly sought-after free agent. WWE is reportedly set to sign a couple of top free agents on the market. The promotion is currently on the road to SummerSlam 2026 next month in Minneapolis, Minnesota. According to a new report from Fightful Select, the company has an interest in two major names. Hiromu Takahashi spent 16 years in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but is expected to sign with the Stamford-based promotion. Richard Holliday has also made a name for himself on the independent wrestling scene, and is also rumored to be joining the company. Fightful's report also noted that Holliday was once considered for the role of Mr. Elegance in TNA. There was a massive title change on last night's episode of Raw in Chicago, Illinois. Cody Rhodes defeated Jey Uso in the main event of SmackDown to become the #1 contender for the undisputed WWE Championship. The American Nightmare was set to battle Sami Zayn last night, but Gunther attacked Rhodes, and the match was called off. However, SmackDown GM Nick Aldis revealed that he had found a replacement, and CM Punk showed up to compete for the title. The Second City Saint captured the title and is rumored to be defending it against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam next month. Next up, Jey Uso finally addresses his divorce. Jey Uso isn't hiding from the divorce talk anymore. After deleting his earlier grown-ass man post, the WWE star jumped on Instagram and finally addressed the situation straight up. Jey posted a photo of himself sitting on a bed in New York, looking like he had the weight of the world on him. He also added a sad cloud graphic over the picture. So, yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing with this one. In the caption, Jey leaned right into the divorce chatter and joked about what could be coming next, soliloquizing, "She's about to take half of my property, Oos. What's next? I need y'all support right now, Yeet Nation."
Put an American
that is a
flag
big
on
shift
the
from his
BMW
earlier
is
Instagram
crazy.
story, where he told fans he was a grown man and told them to leave another woman out of it.
America.
That message didn't last
We
long.
do whatever the
Nigga,
fuck we
what?
want.
And way more direct.
Putting
The
an
post comes
American
after Takesha
flag
Fatu filed for
on
divorce
a
from Jey after
German
12 years of
car.
marriage.
I mean, nigga, we whooped their ass. We whooped their ass in 2 world wars. That is our car.
Oh,
Primary physical custody, joint legal custody, exclusive use
Scoreboard.
of home, child support, spousal support, and attorney fees. Jay's first response was short and defensive. This one is more direct, more public, and a lot harder for people to ignore. Whether he is joking, venting, or just trying to take control of the story, Jey Uso finally put the divorce drama on his own Instagram page. Now the question is whether this is the end of his public comments, or just the start of more posts as the case moves forward. Wrapping things up, Maxine Dupree's real-life husband is unhappy. Maxine Dupree,
I bet so. The bitch over here just making out with a whole nother nigga on live television.
Is her husband. After Maxine helped Austin Theory and Braun Breaker regain the WWE Tag Team Championships by low-blowing Angelo Dawkins before celebrating with a kiss, plenty of fans flooded social media with reactions. Some even dragged her real-life husband, Cam Hendricks, into the conversation. Cam saw it and had a little fun with it on Twitter. Instead of getting defensive or addressing the criticism head-on, Cam laughed it off and made it clear he wasn't losing any sleep over his wife's on-screen storyline. Damn, didn't realize how many people were jealous of Cam Hendricks. Feels kind of good, actually. The kiss came at the end of a chaotic tag team championship match on the July 6th episode of Raw. With the referee distracted by Logan Paul's brass knuckles, Maxine appeared out of nowhere, dropped Angelo Dawkins with a low blow, and handed the Vision the opening they needed. Moments later, Austin Theory and Braun Breaker were champions again, and Maxine sealed the moment by jumping into Theory's arms and kissing him as pyro filled the arena. Cam Hendricks clearly saw people making noise about it, but his response made it obvious he is not treating WWE television like real-life drama. Maxine got heat, the Vision got the titles, and Hendricks got a good laugh out of everyone suddenly acting concerned.
Actually, Mario's first game was Donkey Kong. It was the story of a big, hairy ape and his battle against Donkey Kong. I'm not saying you're ugly, but Boo's not scared of you. He just can't stand your ugly Italian face. How about who am I to talk? Mario, you beat me so often, I feel like Toad's and respect.
Oh, Mario. Mario eats mushrooms to grow, flowers to spit fire, leaves to fly, and everything else because he's a tubby. They call Luigi the skinny one, but next to Mario, King Hippo would be the skinny one. I love you, you kitty.
Pika, 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 Pikachu, Pika, Pikachu, Pikachu, Pika, 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 Pikachu.
Look, Mario's not a perfect boyfriend, okay? The only way I can get his fat to save me is to say I baked him a cake. I don't even own a stove. And in bed, let's just say it's like someone's holding the B button the entire time. Hey, I'll take what I can get. Mostly I'm jealous of World 3-1. At least he's got something going into its pipes. Now, I won't say our next roaster's in the closet, but he's definitely more dudes than the Water Temple. Link from Hyrule!
gamers. Seriously, if your games were any easier, they'd be Princess Daisy. But there have been bad Mario games. The one starring Luigi. Mario is missing? Seriously? I've never seen a bigger bomb. And I know King Babam.
Yes, quite right. Very good.
And Luigi's Mansion? Come on! That game blew so hard, all my Nintendo cartridges started working again. Luigi, you suck so much, even your evil clone's a piece of crap. Waluigi? Jesus Christ, I'd rather play as E Honda's jockstrap.
That's crazy.
Everybody loves Mario. Get your hands off of me. I should be the star. I jump higher than you. I'm taller than you.
Not where it counts.
That's crazy.
Somebody just rewatched the Mario Brothers movie. Jesus Christ, this is what I get. A marshmallow with an eating disorder, a single father of 8, and a gay elf? You're like a Bravo reality show's a crack baby. No wonder Yoshi's back is so tired. I've been carrying you all for years. Well, enjoy the night. But remember who keeps you all working. Here's the hint. It's me!
Mario!
Peace out!
Peace out, the beaches!
What the hell is happening? Who the hell are you? Don't panic. I'm you from the future. Oh, God, really? What the fuck happened to us? Yeah, we get into some real hardcore shit on the streets. Drugs, men, yeah, a lot of that.
What?
Hey, man, what? Wait, how far along is this in the future? Was it like 10, 20, 30 years? I still got time to fix this, right? No, you only got about like 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years? That's like no time at all. What am I supposed to do? Enough about that. The world is ending, and only you can stop it. I'm good. Yeah, if this is what I have to look forward to, just let it end. I think it would be better that way. Yeah, I don't care. What do you mean you're good? Come on, you can't be serious. I'm talking about the whole world here. Yeah, if you're my future, let's just finish on time. You know, I've had a good run. It was okay. I didn't want to have to do this, but we have a daughter. Oh, we have a daughter? Oh, her name is Agnes. Agnes? Oh, what the fuck kind of name is Agnes? What is she, a Salem witch? You get to see her once every 6 months. Supervised visitations. But it is always a blessing. Oh, that's so sad. This is not helping, by the way. If anything, I want to end the world sooner. Because this is just pathetic. You know what? I bet if you seen a picture of her, that would change your tune. She's the most precious little girl you've ever seen. Oh, goddamn. Okay, fine. Let me see the picture. All right. Here she is. Oh, God. She is fucking hideous. What is that? She looks just like us, doesn't she? Takes after her own way. Maybe like you. She looks nothing like me. She has a fucking mustache. Baby mama, a bitch troll. What is that? That is not my daughter. That is a 45-year-old Indian man. I don't know what the fuck that is. You gonna help me? No, I'm not gonna help you. No, I'm glad the world's ending. I'm gonna fucking sit back and watch it burn.
I saw a clip where you said you could not give gold non-Jews. You made it. No such clip.
You should not give a non-Jew that is an idol worshiper raw gold as a payment. Make sure to always give him the official coins. Don't give him gold. There is a high chance that he will melt the gold and make it an idol.
Like a little gold piece.
Getting annoying. I don't think you're gonna melt your rings and use it as a gun.
Okay, good. So we can have gold?
No, we can move on.
Nigga, what?
New acceleration method unlocked, and I think he's got to rename his skateboard the Paintbrush.
89 million views.
89? This recipe has 89 million views because apparently it's the best pasta recipe on the internet.
Oh!
Look at it. Oh, and we're about to teach you how to make it.
First thing you need is 4 to 5 yellow onions.
God damn, that's a lot of onions, ain't it?
Slice your onions.
And not your fingers.
And not your fingers. After you're done crying.
Half a cup of sun-dried tomatoes.
Or a whole cup.
Most viral. Send this video to somebody you want to say good night to. Good night, bitch ass nigga.
Bitch ass up. Sweet dreams.
My dick right here, and it's a dick over there, but you chose to ride his dick. That's kind of weird, bro.
You want me to ride your dick?
Nah, I'm just saying, you rode his dick without his permission. Did you even ask him before riding his dick?
Whose dick I want to ride? Why you on my dick?
Alright, so you admit that you riding his dick.
But why you riding my dick?
But are you admitting that you ride his dick?
But if I was riding his dick, that means you riding my dick about riding his dick.
Alright, but look though, I'm only riding your dick because you riding his dick for no reason. So what the fuck that means? That means a trifecta. 3 dicks being rode at the same time.
So two make the whole world right. You know
No, two dick rides don't make a good dick ride. That means I'm wrong for dick riding, but you wrong for initiating the dick ride. It started the whole dick ride.
Better than me if you copied the dick ride and I just did on this.
Alright, you right, but look, you dick rided him, I dick rided you, and that nigga just dick rided all 3 of us just
right. Now you
the superior dick rider. You just dick rided everybody out of everybody. You won.
Now you pulled over and dick rode.
Alright, so look, we might as well leave this all alone and admit that he just dick rode.
Yeah, he's just a dick rider.
Alright, we out.
Alright, we out.
Wrestlers have one take to get everything right, which can cause them to break character. Sometimes it's hilarious, and other times it's sad. LA Knight is this generation's version of The Rock. He's arguably the wittiest and funniest person currently in WWE. He's so good that he can get other wrestlers to break.
The only problem is when I look at you, I just get the feeling you're not within 50 yards of a school, you creep.
Even when WWE isn't on the air, wrestlers can get caught on camera breaking character. During break, Nikki Cross saw young Finn waving at her and was delighted. Unfortunately, Bayley caught Nikki breaking character and got her to step back before Raw was back on the air. At Crown Jewel 2023, Kairi Sane returned to WWE and joined Bayley's group, Damage Control. Less than a week later, Kairi competed in her first match back. However, afterward, Sane forgot she was now a villain and went to take a picture with a fan. Bayley quickly shut the photo shoot down and got Kairi Sane back into character. Warning, this next video will likely make you teary-eyed. Shortly after winning the 2023 Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes made it clear he would challenge the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. On Raw, Cody came face-to-face with Roman's wise man, Paul Heyman. Rhodes started talking about his late father, Dusty Rhodes, someone Paul Heyman had history with. Cody shared that in 2000, his family was broke, and his father was struggling to make ends meet. During this time, Paul Heyman reached out to Dusty Rhodes about appearing in his company, ECW. Despite being notorious for not paying talent, Paul Heyman made sure Dusty was paid well, and Cody thanked Heyman for that. The story was so emotional that Paul Heyman broke character and started crying. Wrestling might be predetermined, but those tears were real. This next moment was supposed to be serious, but the fans had other plans. Nearly 7 years after they faced off at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship, Finn Balor called out Seth Rollins. It was a serious moment for Finn, but the fans were more interested in singing. It went on for so long that Rollins couldn't hold it any longer and broke character by laughing.
This isn't funny. This is serious. This is serious.
The Usos are always having trouble staying in character, and 2023 was no different. On Raw, Jimmy and Jay were fighting Otis and Chad Gable. Early in the match, Otis and Jay were locking up when Otis began to jiggle. Jay could not keep it together and started laughing, which made it look like he was enjoying it. Even the leader of the bloodline, Roman Reigns, can't keep it together. In July 2023, Roman and Jey Uso met in the ring to sign contracts for their match at SummerSlam. The two agreed to enter tribal combat, and while Jey was explaining what was legal in the match, he managed to get Roman to break character.
Hey, I'll grab that lady's left slipper over there and slap you across the head,
As you've seen, Bayley is usually the one that keeps wrestlers in character. However, this moment was so cute that even the leader of Damage Control couldn't help but break character. At an untelevised WWE event, Bayley rolled out of the ring where a little girl got her to break character. Okay, get the tissues out. It's time for another emotional moment. In 2020, Edge did what no one thought he could, and that was return to WWE. 3 years after that, the Radar superstar was ready to leave. In August 2023, Edge competed in his final WWE match in front of his hometown crowd in Toronto. Edge's last opponent was Sheamus, the same man who had helped him make his return. The Ultimate Opportunist was victorious, and because of the gravity of the situation, Sheamus and Edge both decided to break character and embrace. The Radar superstar then got real and spoke to the fans as Adam Copeland.
Everything I said last week in Calgary is true. He is the reason that I was able to get back in the ring. That's no lie. That's no lie. Steve is the reason that I was able to get back.
Even before he joined the Judgment Day, Drew McIntyre was a pretty serious guy. However, if you saw Drew during a commercial break, then you know that's not true. When WWE was on the air, though, Drew McIntyre always kept it straight. Except for this one. Post-match beatdown by Gunther, the original Bros started teaming the Scottish Warrior. Riddle was clearly more intimidated than Drew, and even proposed match in ring here. This caused Drew to accidentally break character.
Okay, so I think I know what you're saying. Let's get back to business.
I think Solo Sikoa would have actually gotten into trouble if he didn't break character here. During that.
Hey. Do you want food?
Why is the window open?
Because I couldn't fucking see. The fuck? Yeah, it's right there. It was the fucking dishwasher.
Televised WWE show, Solo was taking on Sheamus. Sikoa won, but then did something unexpected after the match. The fourth generation.
Never mind, I just won't fucking do it.
Wrestler left the ring and hugged one of the fans in the crowd. As it turns out, the fan was actually Solo Sikoa's mother. Yeah, breaking character for the woman who birthed you was definitely the right thing to do. I told you at the beginning that wrestlers do not get a second take, but I bet Becky Lynch really wishes she could have. In September 2023, Becky Lynch did something unexpected and won the NXT Women's Championship. Less than a week later, Lynch issued an open challenge for the title. However, Becky ended up being her wives and broke character.
And I can't think of a better time than...
Charlotte Flair actually apologized to help cover up her character-breaking moment. On the final SmackDown 2022, Charlotte Flair returned as a face, a good guy, and defeated Ronda Rousey to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. The next week, Flair was challenged by Sonya Deville, and the champ accepted. Charlotte won, but for a split second, the Queen forgot she was